So let's talk to US political commentator Eric McElroy and body language expert Robert Phipps. Very good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Eric, the polls saying Hillary Clinton won.
Yeah.
Not by a huge margin, but that she won this debate. Donald Trump supporters will probably also claim victory.
Yeah.
In your view, was there a sort of knockout blow?
Well, it was the best of Trump and it was the worst of Trump because for the first 30 minutes, he seemed, had presidential look to him. He stayed on his talking points. He focused with her. But then he said this outrageous thing where it would undermine American democracy as we know it.
So was the knockout blow from Donald Trump to himself?
Oh, definitely. This was he was doing as best as he's done in these debates. And this debate was much better than the second one, which was horrifically depressing. I mean, it was gutter politics in the basement of hell. I mean, it was depressing to watch that moment. And this was a little bit better, but then he said that.
Depressing but fascinating at the same time. That these two people that are the choice that Americans have for potentially the most powerful person in the world.
Yep.
And yet they seem to be so flawed and more interested in scoring points off each other than proving that they are the right person for the job.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I keep wanting from Hillary. And, Trump gives us all the best quotes, but you want her to give a vision of why she should be leading the country. And she tries to do it. But, I mean, they're so back and forth with attacking each other.
Let's have a look at some of the jibes which were exchanged during the debate.
This may take some time.
I will tell you at the time. I'll keep you in suspense.
He didn't get an Emmy for his TV program 3 years in a row, and he started tweeting that the Emmys were rigged against him.
Should have gotten it.
When I was in the Situation Room monitoring the raid that brought Osama bin Laden to justice, he was hosting the Celebrity Apprentice.
Such
Social
a nasty
Security
woman.
Trust Fund by making sure...
Putin, from everything I see, has no respect for this person.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president.
Excuse me. My turn.
Now, Robert, let's talk to you because as you sat down, I said, talk me through this because Donald Trump uses this gesture all the time.
Yeah.
What's he trying to do with that gesture?
It's a precision grip.
So it's actually
called a precision grip, like you would actually pinpoint something. There it is, I'm trying to make a point. But he flicks between this and this finger. So this is like dominance.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa, 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 give me the time, shut up. Basically, that's what he's saying whenever he does that. But with this precision grip, the finger and thumb should meet together. What he does sometimes when he was questioned about his tax returns is it's an incomplete gesture. So he goes, and the fingers are wide. They don't actually, the finger and thumb don't meet. It's like, well, you haven't put your tax returns in, and it's like, yeah, I know.
So the body's giving away something that he doesn't necessarily want to give away.
Because most of his body language, most of everybody's body language is unconscious. You're only aware of about 10–15% at any given point in time.
Although I'm sure they are coached as much on their body language as they are
the content
coached.
Of their answers. However, you can't control it all the time because you're trying to engage with the questions that are being asked, so you have to think about them. Then they give leakages or tells by things that don't quite complete.
There's a lot of this going on as well, isn't there?
Containing things, pushing it down. So anytime you use your palms down, you walk into a room, kids are arguing, you go, whoa, whoa, whoa. You push the tension down, so you try to take control with your palms down.
Yeah.
Is Trump doing anything? I mean, it doesn't look like anyone's ever tried to coach him. If he has, he's just blown them away.
I think if they tried to coach him, he'd say, I know more.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a New York thing, because Bernie Sanders was always out there with his hands as well. He's like, economic opportunities. It was never ending.
The body language is very cultural, and it can go from, city to city, individuals.
And what about Hillary Clinton? What have you noticed from what Hillary Clinton's displaying?
Hillary is just poised all the time. She knows what's coming. She has the experience. She knows how to handle it. She puts the only thing that lets her down is when she tries to smile, it's a grimace. It's like, it's like a fear grimace, like, what's coming, and then she'll adapt.
Also, I noticed last night, or 2 o'clock this morning, there was a lot of trying to look at camera and then looking at the moderator and then looking at the audience and then looking down at notes. It was almost as if she'd been told you need to connect more with the people out there through the camera, but she couldn't quite do that without trying to look everywhere else. And it gave her a sort of flickering eye.
She's very conscious that she's got to try and connect with the audience there. The audience at home, so looking directly down the camera and giving him looks whenever he's saying or doing something.
Eric, do you can you see any way for Trump to win this? Do you see?
I mean, I don't want to jinx it in some way. I mean, it does. I mean, all the polls, the forecasters, everything else, the fundamentals of the way the Electoral College works in America, it's all going against him, and you can kind of see that at the end of it. I mean, just the way he stood at the lectern at the end and kind of crumpled up his notes, and just this look of resignation that was there. It's highly unlikely, but anything can happen.
Utterly fascinating, compelling, dramatic.
And whether he'll accept it or not as well. That's the other thing.
Yeah, I mean,
the outcome.
that's frightening right
Oh,
there.
he'll accept the outcome if he wins.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one outcome he will accept.
Eric and Robert, lovely to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.